Good evening, viewers and listeners of Concerned Citizens Media. Uh, Thank you again for coming back. Today is May the 2nd, 2022. First of all, Eid Mubarak for those celebrating this holiday. Uh, the fasting season is over. So Eid Mubarak and a happy holiday for all concerned citizens, listeners, and viewers. And the Eid was well celebrated in Addis Ababa and other cities in Ethiopia, uh, except some disturbances and property destruction, gunshots, and some explosive device thrown at the Eid celebration in Addis Ababa. So, except that, the celebration was well conducted with massive attendees. So the gunshots and the explosives created chaos and the separation of even parents and children. It was a very tough one. According to some eyewitnesses, they said it was carried out by uniform, individuals, uniform individuals. So, but uh, no one is captured. Uh, the camera, the claim, the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and his intelligence officers claim that they can control every activity of the city, but so far they didn't capture. So we don't know, but the eyewitness said is an individual with a uniform. Could be the government try to create chaos. So last time the situation in Gondar created the days of 21 uh, Muslim brothers and sisters. Again, in other cities, that chaos and the death and the destruction continued. Now is coming to the capital city. So before the Eid celebration was started, there was a report of bank ATMs, destroyed by guns, not by guns, I mean by stones throwing. Building glass destroyed, so many property destruction, so many property destruction. This may be created by individuals who are angry what happened in Gondar and other cities. So many properties destroyed. For this one also, no one accounted for. But what we can see is from different statements coming from Addis Ababa administrative, Dawa administrative, Afar, Amara, Somali, regional, Gambela, Benishangul Gumuz, all of them releasing press statements and warning. There is the country is collapsing. Is a sign of frustration. The country is out of control. The prime minister and his associates are not governing Ethiopia well. I've been saying that. I've been asking for him to resign, and I've been calling for the transitional government in Ethiopia. From time to time, the country is heading to a very dangerous stage. Now is from ethnic tension into religious tension, and it's going very bad, and now it's coming to the capital city, and that's a very tense situation. But he is not listening. He's still in power. He's greedy of power. He's not. He doesn't care about the country, and his team is the same. They don't care. They just want to continue their policies and their prosperity agenda until the country is collapsing. So very bad. Uh, all of them, as I say, releasing press statement and a threatening warning, and all the regions. This is ridiculous, and nowhere is safe. Nowhere is peace. Ethiopia is very unstable under Abiy Ahmed administration. Uh, so I have a video to share with you, one from African News, another one from Fana. You will see all this a sign of frustration, a sign of the country is collapsing. The country is without leadership, and Abiy Ahmed is not up to the job, and his team, the Prosperity Party, uh, uh, is not up to the job. So let's start with before that, please pray for those who are dying for your freedom in Ethiopia, especially in Oromia region. The Oromia region is still under intensive military operation because of Prime Minister and his team decided to continue the war just for the sake of their power. So the civilians' deaths has been reported, and the war is still going on. Drones and planes are used. So please pray for those who are suffering on behalf of our freedom. Try to liberate us from this tyranny, and please do whatever you can to support their struggle and to free Ethiopia from this tyrant regime. So we need to continue our prayers for all suffering under Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in Ethiopia. So please remember, keep praying for all the victims, and for those who are fighting for our freedom. So let's listen to the African News video. Then I have a couple of other videos at the end. Then I will read a couple of news for today. I will make it short. Thank you. Let's listen. This is about Addis Ababa.
The Ethiopian capital saw scenes of panic on Monday. Police fired tear gas at Muslim protesters on the fringes of prayers marking the end of Ramadan. The incident occurred outside the Addis Ababa International Stadium, and the police called it a riot caused by a few individuals. The confrontation follows anti-Muslim attacks that took place in the north of the country last week. The organized armed group in Dawa, which staged the attack with bombs and machine guns, are accountable for what happened there.
This is celebration or holiday. Annually, it comes every year, once a year. So I need to deliver a message for all Muslims to look for people to help them and to work with others and Muslim and with government.
The stadium was so full for Eid celebration that some worshippers gathered in the Mosque square to pray. The Ethiopia's police issued a statement saying property had been damaged before order was restored. Ethiopia is a majority Christian country and around 30% of the population are Muslim.
Feel that? That's your body, baby. It's telling you.
Okay, that's an advertisement.
የድሬዳዋ ከተማ አስተዳደር የአፋር ቤኒሻንጉል ሲዳማ ጋምቤላ ሐረሪና ደቡብ
Okay, we will come to this one later on. As I said, the country is in a very tense situation. Ethiopia under Abiy Ahmed is slowly going to disintegrated a country without leadership. And so all the regions, I can say, released press statement and a warning about what is happening in that country. So we'll come back to it. And let's read a couple of news. Thank you again. The first one is, this is from Anthony J. Blinken, Secretary of State, on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr. So this is a statement released for this holiday. On behalf of the United States of America, I extended my warmest greetings to Muslims and all those celebrating Eid al-Fitr in the United States and around the globe. These celebrations mark the completion of Ramadan, a month of fasting, reflection, charity, and generosity. Eid morning begins with families and communities coming together for prayer services at mosques and community centers, followed by festivities and feasts with friends and neighbors. Cultures worldwide have their own unique and vibrant Eid traditions, as diverse as Muslim communities themselves. During this time of compassion and giving, we cannot forget those who are unable to celebrate this special holiday from the safety and comfort of their homes or with their communities due to displacement by war, violence, or persecution. The United States will continue efforts to pursue truth, justice, and accountability for members of religious minority groups suffering around the world. Later this month, I look forward to hosting an Eid al-Fitr reception at the State Department, where I will get the chance to break bread with leaders from across the Muslim community and reflect on the past year and our shared values. Eid Mubarak to all celebrating this joyous day. So that is from Anthony J. Blinken, U.S. Secretary of State. This is also from Anthony Blinken, building on steps to end the conflict in Ethiopia. This is also press statement. Millions of people in Ethiopia continue to face acute food insecurity and extreme hunger as a direct result of conflict. We are encouraged that the government of Ethiopia and the regional authorities in Tigray and Afar have taken steps in recent weeks to enable the delivery of desperately needed food aid to war-affected communities. We urge the parties to accelerate uphold and expand this effort to ensure, as President Biden has said, immediate, sustained, and unimpeded, impeded humanitarian access to all Ethiopians affected by this conflict. The United States stands ready to continue to assist in this life-saving endeavor. In recent months, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has taken a series of encouraging actions that have laid the groundwork for an end to conflict, including lifting the state of emergency, releasing some political prisoners and detainees, and in parallel with Tigrayan authorities declaring an effective cessation of hostilities. We are similarly encouraged that Tigrayan forces have withdrawn most of their forces from Afar and have reiterated their commitment to a peaceful resolution on the conflict. We now urge the parties, as my team and I have in recent days, to seize the opportunity to advance a negotiated ceasefire, including the necessary security arrangements, and a call for the restoration of essential services in Tigray on an urgent basis. The United States remains committed to a unified, prosperous, and sovereign Ethiopia, and to supporting an inclusive political process to heal the country's divisions and provide peace and security for all Ethiopians. So that is also a press release. It's just a little bit delayed on 29, 2-3 days ago. But really, Abiy Ahmed is doing. I think he might be threatened by OLA operation, so he want to cool down the issue with the Northern Front, get international recognition and some international aid to survive, because OLA is very close to Arat Kilo, or the capital city. So that's a major issue for him. So he is an evil man. I don't think he's voluntarily doing it, but he's looking for advantage. He cannot handle both the North Front and the one coming close to Arat Kilo. So that's what he's doing. On the withdrawal of the TDF, the government of Ethiopia rejected TDF claim. Let me read. This is from Yahoo News. Ethiopia rejects Tigrayan rebel claim of pullout from Afar region. Ethiopia on Friday rejected as lies claims of withdrawal by Tigrayan rebels from a region neighboring war-racked Tigray and accused them of trying to impede the delivery of aid. The TPLF on last Tuesday said it withdrew from Afar region under rebel occupation for 9 months, fulfilling a key demand set by the government when it declared a humanitarian truce last month. The TPLF is trying to mislead the international community by pretending to have withdrawn from the entirety of Afar region, said Mr. Legesse Tullu, Ethiopian government spokesperson. Even though, he said, even though it has withdrawn from some border area of Amara and Afar region, it has seized other geographically key areas, while it has continued to occupy other areas. Both sides claimed could not be independently verified because there is no independent media. The international media echoed these lies without cross-checking fact, said Ethiopian Foreign Ministry spokesman Dina Mufti in a separate press conference, referring to the rebels' claim of total withdrawal from Afar. The truth is that the TPLF forces have only withdrawn from a few areas of Erbit, Brehele, and Abala town while maintaining control of the surrounding area of Abala, affecting the aid corridors through which aid flows to Tigray, as well as other areas in Afar and Amara region, he said. On humanitarian aid, the war has driven hundreds of thousands to the brink of famine, displaced more than 2 million people, and left more than 9 million in need of food aid, according to the United Nations. In March, Ethiopia's government declared an indefinite humanitarian truce effective immediately, which allowed several convoys of humanitarian aid to reach the region for the first time since mid-December. The United Nations previously blamed both sides for the de facto humanitarian blockade. Lagas called on the international community to continue its pressure to make the Tigray forces leave from all areas it controlled in Afar and Amara, accusing the rebels of working hard to impede aid efforts. Since April 1, 146 aid trucks have been able to enter Tigray, Mufti said, rejecting rebel claims that the government had limited the amount of aid supplies to the region. Humanitarian organizations must, however, obtain permission from Addis Ababa and the Afar region for each convoy. The United Nations World Food Programme this month said it was ready to keep supplies flowing in at scale after its latest convoy arrived in Tigray, where 6 million people lived. So that is claim and the counterclaim, and the situation concerning the Tigray region and TDF withdrawal from Afar. And that area is still especially the western part of Tigray, Eritreans still there, the Amara militia still in the control of the Humara area and other areas. So maybe Abiy Ahmed is slowing down, but the Eritreans, the Amara regional government plus the Fano, Amara militia, they are still engaging with Tigray forces. So nothing is stable yet, and the Eritrean government is still holding, taken Badime by force too. So that's another issue. Nothing is stable yet. So that's all for reading today. Let's listen to the Amharic press release by different regions and one more video. Then we'll conclude today's presentation.
ምዕራብ ክልሎች በወቅታዊ ጉዳይ ላይ መግለጫ ሰጥተዋል። ዘመን በየነ ተጨማሪውን ያቀርበዋል። በሃይማኖት ሽፋን የድሬዳዋንና የሀገርን ሁለንተናዊ እንቅስቃሴዎች ለማወክ የሚደረግ ያልተፈቀደ ሰልፍና የቡድን ሁከት በሚፈጥሩ አካላት ላይ እርምጃ እንደሚወስድ የድሬዳዋ ከተማ አስተዳደር አስታወቀ። ዘመናት በአንድነትና በጋራ የተሻገሩትን የሀገሪቱን ዜጎች ሃይማኖትን ተገን በማድረግ የሚደረጉ የሽብር ተግባራት
So that's from Dawa. There is also press release and a warning on the ongoing conflict, religious conflict.
ሌላ ጊዜ ደግሞ በሃይማኖት ሽፋን የተጀመረው ሁከትና የእርስ በርስ ግጭት የመፍጠር ህመምና ጫፍ የረገጠ በሽታ በኢትዮጵያ ምድር አይሳካም ብሏል። ሃይማኖትና ብሔርን ሽፋን በማድረግ ሰሞኑን ጽንፍ የወጣው ተግባር አንድም የተደበቀ ስልጣንን ለማግኘት አንድም ደግሞ የሀገሪቱን ብልጽግና ለማረጋገጥ የሚደረገውን ጥረት ወደ ኋላ ለመጎተት የተሴረ እኩይና የተወገዘ ተግባር ነው ሲል ከተማ አስተዳደሩ ገልጿል። ባለፈው የተቀደሰ አርብ ስግደት ማብቂያ ላይ በድሬዳዋ የተከሰቱት ትዕይንቶች የዚሁ መገለጫ መሆናቸውንም አስታውሷል። ችግሩን የአስተዳደሩ አመራሮች፣ ህዝቡ፣ የጸጥታው አካል ይበልጡኑ የሙስሊሙ ማህበረሰብ ተረባርቦ በቁጥጥር ስር ባያውሎ ኖሮ ሌላ መልክ ይዝም ነበር ሲል ገልጿል። ችግሩን በጊዜያዊነትና በዘለቄታ ለመፍታት በአስተዳደሩ ከንቲባ የሚመራው የጸጥታ ምክር ቤት አስቸኳይ ስብሰባ በማካሄድ ከሚያዝያ 23 ቀን 2014 ዓ.ም ጀምሮ ያልተፈቀደ የጎዳና ላይ ሰልፍና የቡድን ጉዞ ማድረግም ተከልክሏል። ይህን ውሳኔ ተላልፈው በሚገኙ አካላት ላይም አስፈላጊውን እርምጃ ይወስዳል ሲል የድሬዳዋ ከተማ አስተዳደር አሳስቧል። በየትኛውም ሃይማኖት ውስጥ በመመሸግ የራስን ድብቅ አጀንዳ ለማስፈጸም የሚሞክርን ግጭቶችን በመቀስቀስ አትራፊ ለመሆን የሚዳረገውን ሩጫ ህዝባችን ፈጽሞ አይታገስም ሲል የአፋር ብሔራዊ ክልላዊ መንግስት አስታውቋል። መንግስትም ለህዝቡ ሰላም ቅድሚያ ሰጥቶ የሚሰራ በመሆኑ
አፋር ሪጅን ቱ ዘ ሴም ቲንግ
አይችልም ሲል የአፋር ክልላዊ መንግስት መግለጫ አውጥቷል። በዛሬው ዕለት የተከበረው 1443ኛ ሂጅራ የኢድ አልፈጥር የሰላት ስነ ስርዓት በአፋር ክልል ሰላማዊ በሆነ መልኩ የተጠናቀቀ ሲሆን ህዝቡ የተቸገሩን በመርዳት በተለይም በጁንታው ምክንያት ከቤት ንብረታቸው የተፈናቀሉ ዜጎችን በጋራ በመሆን ኢዱን በማሳለፍ ላይ ይገኛል ብሏል። ሰላም ለሁሉም ነገር ዋነኛ መሰረት በመሆኑ ሁላችንም በየአካባቢያችን የሰላም ባንዲራን ልናውለበልብ ይገባል ሲል የአፋር ክልል ገልጿል። ሰላምን ለማደፍረስ ሴራ የሚያሴሩ ህዝብን ከተረጋጋ ኑሮ በማፈናቀል በመግደልና በማሳደድ ርካሽ የፖለቲካ ትርፍ ለማግኘት የሚያደርጉትን መሯሯጥ በጋራ በመሆን መክታት ግድ ይላልም ሲል መግለጫው ገልጿል። በተያያዘም በሀገራችን አንዳንድ አካባቢዎች ሃይማኖትን ሽፋን በማድረግ ሀገርን ለማፍረስ በሚንቀሳቀሱ አካላት ላይ መንግስት ህጋዊ እርምጃ በመውሰድ አጥፊዎችን ለፍትህ እንደሚያቀርብ የቤንሻንጉል ጉሙዝ ክልላዊ መንግስት ርዕሰ መስተዳድር አቶ አሻድሊ ሀሰን ገልጸዋል። በሃይማኖት ሽፋን ሀገርን የማፍረስ ሴራ ያነገቡ ኃይሎች በቅርቡ በአንዳንድ የሀገራችን አካባቢዎች ሃይማኖት በማጋጨት ፖለቲካ ትርፍ ለማግኘት እየሰሩ መሆኑንም አስታውሰዋል። መንግስት በቅርቡ ሃይማኖትን ሽፋን በማድረግ በሀገራችን አንዳንድ አካባቢዎች ግጭት ለመቀስቀስ እየሰሩ ባሉት አካላት ላይ ህጋዊ እርምጃ በመውሰድ ላይ እንደሚገኝ ጠቁመው በቀጣይም ይህንኑ የህግ ማስከበር ተግባር አጠናክረው ለማስቀጠል ከምንጊዜውም በላይ ቁርጠኛ መሆኑንም ርዕሰ መስተዳድሩ ገልጸዋል። መላው የሀገራችንና የክልላችን ህዝቡ
Okay, so what I'm trying to show you is all the regions, including the capital city administrators, releasing a threatening press release and in a sign of frustration, a sign of weakness, a sign of lack of leadership. You can see from this. As if somebody is telling them, hey, you have to release the press release. So they are fear of something. They are in a frustration because the situation is very tense, especially the religious conflict. So it's becoming out of control. We are witnessing so many bad things in Ethiopia. People start burning humans while alive, burning while they are in their house, and still going on in Oromia. So this is a situation we are facing in Ethiopia under Abiy Ahmed leadership. So all these Amara regional, Oromia regional, Addis Ababa administrative, Benishangul, Gambela, Afar, Somalia region, all of them releasing press statement. I was just surprised how these people do it at the same time. All of them. That's a sign of frustration. That is a sign of the country's disintegration. That's why I repeat my call again. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, please resign your post for the sake of the country. And those who are advising you, they are not giving good advice. And, the country is collapsing. Please follow your predecessor's model, Mr. Haile Mariam Desalegn. He resigned before things even reach half of they reached right now under your control. He did early. He checked it. It didn't work. He gave up. But you are just power thirsty. People are dying. The country is collapsing. People hate each other. People are fighting on a religious based, ethnic based. I don't know what you're waiting for. So that's very bad one. And I just, all this threatening, warning, and the press release is another sign of government collapsing in Ethiopia. Let's listen to the last. It's a very short video about Hajj. Erdogan of President Turkey celebrating Hajj ceremony. It's a very short one. Let's look at that one. Let's watch it and end today's presentation. That's him. I don't know if you can see him. So he is surrounded by security forces celebrating Hajj ceremony. So that's him. Okay, that's all the videos I'm gonna share with you for today. But the situation in Ethiopia is scary, it's frustrating, and a very bad situation. Today, many properties destroyed, bank properties, offices, ATMs in capital city, and the war is going on in Oromia. Civilians are dying. I think Ethiopia need a divine intervention plus international help. Really, the country is collapsing. It's nothing promising, as a press statement by Blinken said. Nothing promising. Nothing. The country is going in a very bad direction. I think they should call for transitional government. They should call for this guy to resign before too late. Now, ethnic-based conflict turning into religious-based conflict. So this is a very dangerous one. That one is also very dangerous. And please also pay attention what is happening in Oromia on the days of civilians by drones and airplanes. So that's all I'm going to say for today. I will be back with other news and update. Eid Mubarak again for those celebrating. Thank you for watching. Be safe and so long, everyone.